I have a thought on my mind and I want to think it aloud. Seeking, it's a given that through my earlier videos that I'm telling you to not look down upon the coitus that happens between you and your girlfriend, or the girlfriend and the boyfriend, you and your boyfriend. Religion says so, right? It's one of the vices, sex. I'm telling you, don't look down upon it. Maybe what religion is trying to tell you is the highest of pleasures, and religion is trying to only tell you that the business of pleasures is a very dangerous game. It never allows you to settle in your now and find tranquility in your present and to live that present in totality, because you're always in pursuit of a pleasure. You want to have a pleasure experience, and by nature of what is fundamental to nature itself is balance. By the nature of balance, when you go out to fulfill yourself through pleasure, there is extra engagement of your energy, which actually, as we progress, you'll realize it's almost violent to the tranquil underlying vibe, which is what you're mostly made of. Your consciousness is mostly by virtue of some stillness in your vibe. So pleasures do not occur without a desire for pleasure. But when we pursue pleasure with total awareness, then we don't become one with the pleasure. The pleasure is just like any other thought, just like any other event that happens in life, and we are told to look at that event with awareness. होश में उस चीज को साक्षी भाव से महसूस करो, उसके अंदर एंटैंगल मत हो. तो he one should only then step in the realm of pleasure, because now that pleasure is being received with divinity, with purity, not duality. This is not a question of morality or immorality. Nothing is. It's a question of non-duality. Like when you are making love with your partner, you are giving your all to that partner in that moment, in the present, in the now, with totality. You are not holding yourself back. You are expressing yourself as is to your partner, or to however long your relationship lasts, however long you both have interest to find pleasure in each other. You can do it with a certain level of divinity, and that's why I say that there's nothing wrong in it. Then even religion wouldn't be against it. However, for most, that awareness is awareness. What does it mean? Awareness is really possible in totality for that which is called an enlightened being. It's not easy to constantly live your life in that awareness, and not. Awareness is the opposite of being entangled in the experience you're having in the moment. Knowing that you are seated not in the entanglement of what you are experiencing, but you're seated outside that experience. That's why you're able to have an observation, or you're able to have some feelings about an experience, because you are not the experience. You're something totally outside. The white sheet of paper, if you know what I mean, through my earlier videos about white sheet of paper. Anyway, so, but when you are not living in that backdrop of awareness, you get entangled with ingredients that you take on upon yourself. And then the business of pleasure becomes dangerous, because now you're in pursuit, you're entangled by those pleasures. I suggest, if you can journey with me into the life of a life of non-attachment as much as attachment. And when I say attachment, I really mean attachment with the now, being in the now. Like, you are full and total with what you have around you in that moment. You're not living in future ideas or past ideas of pleasure. I mean, when you're away from your partner, it's such a great opportunity to go within yourself and within your deepest ideas and curiosities. There is a lot of pleasure in that too, but that's really about living in the now. In that moment, you have a thought and you're giving your all to that thought. In that moment, you are observing the ground beneath your feet, and you're giving it your all. So being in that now is very immersive, and you can only really do that when you are living in awareness. It's not easy to get to that, but you should at least understand the concepts. So the business of pleasures, wherever you think something, including meditation, when it is becoming pleasure, it is something that gives you pleasure. It's a dangerous game to play.